And I was like, well, I can do that because this was the very first accent I ever learned, actually, as a wee lad. So it was very natural to me. And I thought, oh, well, he seems like a wee bit of a trickster. Well, I can give him a wee bit of, I can give him a wee bit of a sense of humor, but also make him a fucking badass too if I have to, right?
All right, so let's get a random encounter in. Let's see. I guess I'll roll this time. You rolled last time. 12. We have Trek Wars. Whose offspring would better fix their franchise? Jet Lucas, Star Wars. Jet Lucas in Star Wars or Eugene Roddenberry in Star Trek.
I never thought I'd say this. This may be the most blasphemous statement I've ever made, but as bad as new Star Wars is, as somebody who has been following Picard and Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek's in a worse state. I know that's amazing to say. But Lower Decks, Picard, because what Star Wars didn't really do is while it got rid of the older characters, it did not go on its ramrod on his legacy. Like, they somehow got Patrick Stewart to just buy into this psycho crap and take a dump on Star Trek Next Generation hardcore. And then they got the other characters to show up and partake in it. I'm just like, wow. Star Wars is fixable. And it doesn't need the people, they didn't need it with them. They could do it with Favreau. They might even be able to do it with Filoni, though he's made some bad calls. They just need to get rid of certain people to fix Star Wars. Star Trek almost needs it's just, oh my God, it's bad. It's so bad.
The thing with Star Trek is you can just drop a few hundred years and then start it back up, and it's not really that big of a deal, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you jumped back to the end of Star Trek Next Generation and just ignored everything else, yes. Yeah. But Star Wars, you don't have to do that. You could actually just write some good Star Wars story from this point forward, and it would work. As much as people want to retcon the last three movies, you can also just move on from them. You really could. You could just go new stories that have no Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy influence, and you'd be fine.
My thing is the actual question.
But you can't continue Star Trek.
The actual question here is about Jet Lucas and Eugene Roddenberry. No,
I'm saying Eugene Roddenberry is needed more because
I have no knowledge of these two people. So I don't know if Eugene Roddenberry or Jet Lucas are even in the biz.
Well, out of the two that I think...
Do you know it?
I don't know. No, my statement is based on which one needs it more.
Yeah.
Star Trek doesn't need Jet Lucas. It just needs to get rid of a couple of people. Star Trek needs to really get a bleaching and just completely.
I don't really see it as bad as I guess you do.
You haven't been following any of it.
I follow it some. I mean, I just don't follow the people that are, I don't know. It seems like a lot of the people that say the worst, they're very sensationalized. I've seen bits of the shows which weren't that bad.
Hard?
I've seen some bits now.
Lower Decks?
Like I said, I'm not even talking about Lower Decks.
See, look at that reaction. Oh, he's like, I'm not even talking about Lower Decks.
I don't know if Lower Decks is even canon or anything.
Supposed to be canon.
Well, whatever. I mean, we can start pulling out the Star Wars comics with The Rock and
those are the comics though.
Those are canon though. They're canon though.
Yeah, that's happening over here. The best way to put it, though, is that Star Wars, a lot of the trash is happening over there and over there. Star Trek, they're going in the core storyline, and it's like Picard is the friggin' Next Generation crew. And then they brought in some from Voyager because they said, we're going to shit on everything at once, man. I'm surprised they haven't crapped on anything from Deep Space Nine yet. They're getting to it, though. They have been trying to ruin all of Star Trek. Whereas, to me, they're not trying to ruin all of Star Wars. But they're trying to ruin all of Star Trek.
I don't know. All right. I don't think we're going to agree on this topic at all or even understand it for me. So I'm just going to.
Well, without Blood Axe, we're swinging in the dark anyway. Like, which franchises work? But you know what we both can agree on? They're both screwed.
Yes. They both need somebody. They need somebody.
But you know what? Both of them need Favreau. There you go. We'll just put up the shrine to Favreau. We both. Or Quentin Tarantino. He could fix them. What? Quentin Tarantino's awesome. Quentin Tarantino.
So Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl rumors claim Avatar fighters are in the roster. Now this is a topic on top of a topic, I guess.
Me. You pulled something with Cora's face on it just to tick me off. You know I don't like that skank.
So Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl recently released a trailer, which
world's worst Avatar.
Came out July 13th. But it shows shots of the new game, which looks amazingly like Smash Brothers. I mean, it is a Smash clone.
They've got Nigel Thornberry. What got me is at first I thought it was going to be all SpongeBob, Loud House, Reza cartoons. Then you've got Helga from Hey Arnold. You've got Reptar from Rugrats. All Real Monsters. Oblina. There she is. Oblina's on screen there. Oblina. These are my era. I grew up with these older cartoons. They got Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy. I'm really shocked they did that considering how the creator is really been in trouble for a while now.
Now this is the one I'm looking at, which is Zim.
They also had
I'm a big Invader Zim fan.
God, how did my brain go blank? They also have his robot. I can't believe it. Which means we should see Dib too. But seeing Helga, that means that we should see Arnold eventually. I don't think we're going to see the Rugrats. I don't think you'll be able to beat up babies. I'm pretty sure they're not going there. We see two of the traditional Ninja Turtles. There's Powdered Toast Man. We see.
Yeah, there you go.
We see. We see the traditional Ninja Turtles, Leonardo and Michelangelo. Obviously, we're going to get the others, which means we may see OG Shredder. Danny Phantom, another guy whose creator's kind of an ass. He's not in trouble, but he's an ass. But still, like, Danny Phantom's awesome. I love the idea of Danny Phantom as a character. But I want to see Arnold, man. Now that I've seen Helga, I want to see Arnold. I definitely want to see the other two main characters of All Real Monsters, the other classic Ninja Turtles. Dib, the actual main character. Well, it's hard. Vader Zim, it's hard to say. Zim is kind of the main character. But, you know, what if you could play as Dib's dad?
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. No, that'd be pretty cool. I'm terrible with names because I'm getting old. I'm trying to remember names, but like all of that would be awesome.
But I mean, we do see also that it is hitting up on all the consoles, not just the Switch. So.
Yep, it's not going to be exclusive to the Epic Store for a year. That's good. But actually seeing these classic characters.
It does not say PC at all. So.
And then you see the shadows of Ren and Stimpy on one of the box artworks. They had a silhouette. Right, point them out. There's Stimpy and Ren. Yeah. And then people said they've seen Korra and Aang, which they do have an Avatar stage right here. That's Aang's glider. So the good Avatar also will be involved. So, hey, you don't have to worry. I might finally get to beat the crap out of Korra with Aang, which I will buy this game just for that. And I will stream it for you guys. Just a montage of Aang dunking on Korra. Just elbow drops, man. Well, I mean, obviously not elbow drops. I don't know. We don't know what moves you have.
Yeah.
But this actually got me excited because I love Smash.
So that's Korra there, which looks like.
Oh, of course, that's Korra. No, that is definitely Korra. But somebody said they saw Aang's hand somewhere down there. And if Aang's in it too, they should be, because they don't seem like they're trying to be.
Well, they wondered if that was Aang just below.
And if it is cool, well, with them having a stage, I really would be shocked if they left out the good Avatar series. So obviously, because they went back to All Real Monsters, man. Like they went old school for real. I'm actually excited because the whole appeal of Smash is getting to play as these characters from all these series, including some older game series, like the way they went back to Dragon Quest. You're a big Dragon Quest fan. They got the heroes from Dragon Quest going all the way back. So this is going to be cool for me as a nostalgia thing. If they don't charge too much for it, I definitely would probably snag it. My only fear is that makes me apprehensive is that I'm hoping they're not going to sell them one character at a time after the initial slot. It ends up being an $80, $90 game. But if I could play as Arnold, man, that would be cool, man. I remember Hey Arnold. I loved that show back in the day. Oh, wait a minute. You think they might pull Doug?
Maybe.
I mean, I like Doug, Quail Man. I mean, again, I'm thinking of all these old cartoons I used to watch that they seem to be doing. No, I know you were going to be Zim. I already see that off the bat.
Oh, well, yeah.
He's going to run with Zim. That's all right, man. I'll represent Rin. These hands. Put these hands on people with Rin Hoik. You idiot. Like, just the idea, the nostalgia. Like, Nickelodeon has a lot of nostalgia to pull from. I give them mad props on that. They got a lot of nostalgia to pull from. And I actually am curious enough to want to try this out just because of that. Now, again, it's pure nostalgia. It doesn't look like it's the solid Smash game. Like, none of the gameplay wowed me. And I didn't see any supers. So, which I'm hoping it'll be there. But, I mean, still, it'll probably be fun to mess around with. If it's $30, I'll snag it. If it's 40, I might. Yeah, I probably wouldn't pay 60 or 70 though. Because looking at it, I didn't see a $60, $70 game.
We'll have to see. We'll wait and see. It's pretty soon. I think it said that it was coming out this year in fall. So yeah, coming fall 2021. So
That's
it's not far
off.
out. It does say you can pre-order. So how much is the pre-order?
Give it a click. They're going to just spend your money automatically.
Let's see. Pre-order. Let's try GameStop, I guess.
You know how I feel about it.
$49.99.
A little higher than I care for, but we'll see how many characters they release. It'll be based on if they have a sizable roster. I want at least 30 or more characters, I ain't gonna lie, at start, though, because it is for the nostalgia. They try to do, like, we're going to give you, like, 20, and then you got to buy them a lot of. I don't mind buying more characters, but they better start with a roster of at least 30. I require a roster. I'm going to set that as my line. For $50, I want 30 characters minimum. There we go. Let's see what they do.
All right.
Any less than that, and it's not worth $50 because you're going to have to buy more characters. So you got to factor that into the cost.
Do we really want to talk about this? I'm going to let you talk about it because I don't give a damn.
Just to follow up on it, we once looked at the I'm Not Starfire. We had an episode where we pointed out the seemingly obvious author insert and the concept of this being one of the dumbest things we've seen. And the artwork is actually worse than I thought. Like, man, you should have seen Zeno's face when we were watching the trailer. I said, because when I leaned over to him and he was watching, I said, that's actual artwork. And he was just like the horror on his face. Like, this is a trash fire. I could be mean and pick on it more because, I mean, oh, my God, they went a little far on making that character unattractive. Yeah. But since it's an author insert, I'm going to leave it be because now I feel like I'm picking on somebody because it's an author insert. So now I feel like I'd just be insulting the author's appearance. But this is some bad artwork. And
now the big thing is DC released this trailer, immediately turned off comments. Of course, the up down ratio is just abysmal. I mean, it is rough. It's 1.5K versus 22K.
That's a 20-1, man. That's bad. Like, that was wild.
And we went back and looked at other DC videos to see how many. And, of course, most of them, the comments are not turned off. So, obviously, they knew immediately of what type of
like Poison
dumpster
Ivy
fire they were dropping.
And other stuff, which actually, I don't like that show, but I like the story. Like, believe it or not, the story's not bad. I know we tried to watch it. We couldn't even get through 5 minutes. We tried to watch a clip, and Zeno turned it off like in a 2.5. Yeah. 2 minutes and 30-something seconds, he goes like, I can't watch any more of this. But the story, I follow, me, I keep trying to be abreast of everything. I like the story. I felt like it got a little bit off point because they had a really good scene, and then they kind of undid it later. Story wasn't that bad. Voice acting, you're right. Because I'd only followed the story, the voices sound off. They really do. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I actually was sitting there going like, this voices sound really off for these characters. But they didn't cut that out. But they immediately turned off comments on this trailer and went like, we don't want people to tell us what they think about this. But at least they didn't turn off the votes. They kept the thumbs because, I think YouTube lets you turn that off too.
It's still experimental stages of it.
But basically, we just wanted you to know we're still looking. I've actually seen some shots of the comic and the story. The starting story is literally first world problems. It's like, oh no, her mother cares about her and wants to be involved in her life. how terrible that you have a famous superhero parent that loves you. That must be, but she doesn't understand. You know, I'm up here thinking about all the people that got no parents. Their parents don't love them. Their parents beat them.
Oh.
She's such a privileged little friggin'. Like, I mean, she's literally a Karen in the making. Like, it was like Mandy is already a terrible character just because her problems are impossible to be empathetic with. Like this. Basically, same thing. You know, oh, Roosevelt bad for LeBron James' son because he wants him to play basketball, but he wants to be a programmer.
So, yes, next, LeBron James sends message to haters as Space Jam takes over box office.
Really?
Apparently, a lot of people are hating on Space Jam 2. The
Making money,
sequel, pulled in more than $13 million on Friday, according to multiple reports. The movie, which reportedly cost $150 million to make, is also available on HBO Max.
Oh, so they ain't made their money back yet then. We'll see what they do.
After Black Widow opened last weekend with $80 million in domestic ticket sales and $78 million internationally, the Marvel flick is projected to rake in roughly $26 million for its second weekend.
I heard the Black Widow may not make its money back. They said it's actually looking like it may not when you count advertisement costs.
But we also looked at the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah, he's talking to a lot of people that he's calling haters because
critics 31% and the verified audience scores at 81%.
No, that's not the verified. That's the all audience is 81%.
No, that's verified.
Oh, I got those backwards?
Yes.
No, hold on. Click on verified audience.
Well,
All right, click on all audience. Oh, you're right. Huh.
I
got it back. I said I got it back. Just checking, man.
All right. So anyway, all critics is at 31%, while top critics are at 13%, and all audience is at 55%.
So, of course, they're only showing the verified audience score.
But yeah, so I mean, apparently somebody likes it, so that's good.
Kids. Well, none of the critics though. Like, I mean, 31% is an abysmal critic score.
Well, yeah, like
especially being that it's a black star. Like, I mean, these days, I'm shocked they were willing to lowball it like that. You know how they usually do that. They're scared to criticize the movies, but nah, critics have been calling it trash. Well, one of the biggest complaints I've heard is there's very little basketball. Like, they said basically the main concept is absent from the movie. Now, that's what I've heard people claim.
Yeah, now this says the critics' consensus, despite LeBron James' best efforts to make a winning team out of the Toon Squad, Space Jam: A New Legacy, trades the zany meta humor of its predecessor for a shameless, tired exercise in IP-driven branding.
Dude, they go to DC. They spend a lot of time visiting their other franchises. Like I said, there's apparently very little actual basketball in the movie, is what I've heard from Angry Joe and several other people that are like, you came to this thinking there was actually going to even be a basketball game. They said it's really not even a basketball game in the movie at all, practically. Yeah. Like, they don't even pretend.
So yeah, the biggest, as just looking at these, I mean, the biggest is the corporate ad campaign that the movie was.
It's basically a tour of the Universal Studios, man. It's supposed to be quite heavy-handed with the look at all of our IPs. And the main story is considered debatable. I mean, I'm not saying it's a terrible movie because I haven't seen it. I'm just like reporting what everywhere I've looked around on it. I've heard not a great movie except for kids. Now, it's going to make money because for kids, it's got a lot of stuff on screen. I mean, they got Superman and Batman in there. Well, they meet the Justice League. They do a lot of that. They got Austin Powers references in there, Mad Max. I mean, kids will probably love the fast breakneck pace, of switching to all this stuff and going, hey, look at this. Hey, look at that. Hey, look at this. But that's going to obviously do poor with critics. Critics are going to be like, this is an incohesive mess. And that seems to be the general consensus. Is that it's probably will entertain your kids. You won't be entertained. You will be suffering you'll be sitting there gritting your teeth, which to me is just like Teen Titans Go. Kids like it, parents can't stand to sit through it. It's same thing. You're not going to enjoy it if you're not a kid. Probably a small kid, a really young kid. But it's going to make money because it's for the kids. That's obvious. It's also just a big commercial. But, you know, the kids won't notice because they're busy going, Superman, Batman, the Joker. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker? I'm kidding. They don't do that one, I hope. I don't know. I heard they have several of the Jokers there, like more than one. Like they got Jack Nicholson. Also, I've heard that all the the characters they do show are bad cosplay versions. Like,
Oh, wow.
like they're not like they don't look like the characters. They don't look quite right. And I did see a Joker that did look off, and the It clown did not look quite right. Looking at a crowd scan, they did. But yeah, man, it got nailed. Like, as far as critique, it's getting slammed on critique, but it's making money. Now, I don't think it's really going to go that profitable, though. I think it's going to make its money for the movie, but I think it's just going to barely break even with its advertisement costs. Because you got to remember, if a movie costs $150 million to make, that's not the final cost of the movie. They usually say double that amount to get the real cost. I'll go reasonable and say at least 50 to 100 million probably extra on advertisement and promotion. So they're going to need to clear probably 200, 250 million to not be a loss. Now, as we know, though, to be successful by studio standards, they want you to make like 4 or 5 times your budget. Am I wrong?
I don't think it's quite that much, but
Yeah, they're pretty picky about that. They want you to clear a lot. Like they've called movies failures that may double their budget. I've seen it. I've seen them do that. So, and all right, maybe I went too high. Let's say triple. They're going to want it to at least make triple its movie budget to consider it to be a roaring success.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say it to not be a failure. To be considered a roaring success, like, hey, let's make another one. We ain't going to see a Space Jam 3 if this thing doesn't make 400 or 500 million. That's my call.
yeah, we'll see. But I think that's going to wrap us up, man. That's the last topic that we had. So, yeah.
Wasn't there something else?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, nothing that we're allowed to talk about.
No, yeah. There's a couple things we're not talking about.
There's things.
There's things. Anyway,
There's stuff happening out there.
On that note, we'll end the show.
They said that Orko may be killed in He-Man.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a rumor, though.
Yeah, I didn't really care. I mean, we've ragged on He-Man so much at this point.
He-Man's on the rag.
Oh, God.
You set it up.
Did you hear about the pregnant man emoji? Apparently, that was added.
What the hell?
So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com for links everywhere we can be found. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And
wait a minute, hold on here. I gotta, don't you go just yet. What the heck is the... why? What is that even? What is that supposed to mean?
Thanks for watching. As always,
what?
We hope you enjoy.
Me. I stinks of me.